Hello students. Today we are going to continue with our chapter Madam Rides the Bus, and you know that the main character here, Valli, is very much desirous of traveling by bus. She is fascinated towards bus and spends long hours just watching the bus and the road standing in her doorway. Now we know that she has made several plans and she has searched a lot. She has found out a lot of details. She has questioned. Many discreet questions have been asked by her, and she has even collected 30 paise one side plus 30 paisa return, that is 60 paisa, so that she can go by the afternoon bus when the mother is sleeping and can enjoy a bus ride. So let us continue with this. Well, one fine spring day, the afternoon bus was just on the point of leaving the village. So we have seen here that she has prepared, and finally now she has collected the money. She is all set to go. She has all the information, and so now she is stopping the bus. So as the bus was about to leave the village and turning into the main highway, when a small voice was heard shouting. This voice is of Valli's, and she shouted, "Stop the bus, stop the bus." And a tiny hand was raised commandingly, with full confidence that she now is ready to travel and she just wants to go inside. The bus slowed down to a crawl. You know that whenever somebody stops the bus, it slows down and comes to as slow as crawling. And the conductor, sticking his head out the door, that means he came to the edge of the door, he asked, "Hurry then, tell whoever is to come quickly." So tell the person to come quickly, the bus cannot wait for a long time. "It's me," shouted Valli. "I am the one who has to get on." That was not expected by the conductor, that she, just being a small girl of 8 years, would travel alone. So that was not expected. By now, the bus had come to a stop. And the conductor said, "Oh, really? You don't say so? That means I don't think so that you are traveling all alone." "Yes, I simply have to go to town," said Valli. "It's not a big thing. I just want to go to town." Still standing outside the bus. She has still not got on. "And here's my money. And don't worry, I have the money also." She showed him some coins. "Okay, okay. But first you must get on the bus. Before you are ready to give the fare, please get on the bus," said the conductor. And he stretched out a hand to help her. Obviously, because she is small enough to even climb the bus, so here he has stretched out his hand to help her out. "Never mind," she said. "I can get on by myself." That means she is pretending as though she is a grown-up girl and she can all alone get into the bus, travel without anybody's help. So she is trying to present herself as very, very confident and doesn't require any help. So she said, "Never mind, I don't require. I can get on by myself. I can help myself. You don't have to help me because I am a grown-up girl. I can do it myself." The conductor was a jolly sort, fond of joking. Now, the conductor was actually a jolly sort of a man who was very fond of joking. So now he has got a target here as a small child or a small girl, Valli. So we can see that during this bus ride, he would pass on many sarcastic remarks which would be very funny, but it would not be disturbing Valli in any way, but would just give us a hearty laughter the way they are enjoying in the bus. "Oh, please don't be angry with me, my fine madam." So can you see? Because she is trying to pretend that she is a grown-up girl, that is why she has been addressed as "my fine madam." That means she is an elderly one, and this is a sarcastic remark here. He said, "Here, have a seat right up there in front. And as ma'am, you are special, just go and sit in the front. Everybody move aside, please. Make way for madam. Madam is very special, so let madam be given some way and let her sit in front. It was the slack time of day. Sometimes that business is not very good. Suppose in the bus, if we see during the winters, in the morning hours you would find less passengers, and during the summer in the afternoon hours or midday noon, then you can see less passengers. So this was also a slack time, and there were just a few passengers in the bus. So they could now, conductor was also a little free here to make remarks and have a nice time here. So here's have a seat right up there in front. Everybody move aside, please. Make way for madam. It was the slack time of day and there were only 6 or 7 passengers on the bus. Can you imagine, just 6 or 7 passengers? So conductor has enough time to talk to and to pay attention at Valli. They were all looking at Valli and laughing with the conductor. And they were also having a hearty laugh with the conductor. Valli was overcome with shyness, but she did not want to be the center of attraction, so she felt very shy about it. Avoiding everyone's eyes, she walked quickly to an empty seat and sat down, because she wanted to do, and she did not want anybody to see and note her and realize that she is traveling for the first time. So she is very eager, she wants to enjoy everything, she does not want anybody to pay attention at her. But you know what to do, these are just 6 or 7 passengers, so they would all take note of her. Okay, so finally she has gone and she sat on an empty seat. And she sat down. Can you see in the picture, there's a conductor, and here we can see the conductor is there. They are all having a hearty laugh. Okay. So we can see Valli and we can see all these people having a hearty laugh. And can you see that she is ready to give the money in this picture? And then we'll move on. Maybe start now, madam. So what is the conductor asking? Taking permission, because there is somebody very honorable here, sarcastically, that madam, shall we start now? The conductor asked, smiling, and then he blew his whistle twice. Twice blowing means you have to move on. And thus bus moved forward with a roar, with a roaring sound, a loud sound, continuous sound. It was a new bus. Now what about the bus? She will now look at the bus because she has never looked and observed the bus from inside. What and how is the bus now? Let us see. So it is the first good thing about the bus ride is that it is a new bus. Then it's outside painted a gleaming white. The outside of the bus is painted shining white with some green strips, and there are some green strips along the sides. Inside, the overhead bars shone like silver, and inside the bars were shining like silver because it was a new bus. The overhead bars means the bars which are over your head, just above your head, directly in front of Valli, above the windshield. And and what was there? Just Valli sitting here. Then in front there is the windshield of the bus. There was a beautiful clock. Sometimes in front of the bus there are some gods or goddesses, etc. Then the incense stick stand and all that things are there. Then some people have some other decorations also, and even a clock is there. So here it is a clock that is there, a beautiful one. The seats are also very soft and luxurious. So that means Valli would really be enjoying very much. Valli devoured everything with her eyes. So Valli absorbed everything with her eyes because it is the first experience of her in a bus. So she is enjoying through her eyes. But when she started to look outside, she found her view cut off by a canvas blind. Blind is a partition, or we can say it is a kind of curtain or partition. Canvas is a coarse cloth, so canvas covering is there to shield maybe from the sun rays. But the problem here is that Valli wants to see outside. So she, because she is very small, cannot see outside, and she has to take the view that covered the lower part of her window. So what did she do? Because only the lower or half part was covered or blocked with canvas. So she stood up on the seat. Now, you know, standing up and on the seat would never be allowed by a conductor. He would always say, sit down, you would fall, there could be an injury, etc. So she stood up on the seat and peered over the blind. Now she is peering or looking over the blind, that means over this curtain or the partition. The bus was now going along the bank of a canal. So it was a canal, a very nice view here. The road was also very narrow here. On one side there was the canal, and beyond it was a beautiful view. Palm trees, grassland, distant mountains, very far off there are mountains, and the blue sky stretching. So it was so beautiful. It was a scenic beauty to enjoy. On the other side was a deep ditch. So it's a very deep ditch dugging, and then acres and acres of green fields. And how green are they? Green, 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 as far as the eyes could see. So the view is extremely beautiful and extremely nice, and she's enjoying it. Oh, it was all so wonderful. And everything here is so wonderful, especially from the bus. The view is looking so nice. Suddenly she was startled by a voice. Suddenly she was surprised and disturbed by a voice. Which is this voice? Whose voice is this? Listen, child, said the voice. You shouldn't stand like that. Sit down. Now, even sometimes when it is not the conductor, the other passengers would also shout and would also tell you to sit down. So this can also be this could also happen. So let us see. Here, this is an elderly man and who is disturbing Valli, and you know that she would not at all like this. So sitting down, she looked to see who had spoken. Now she sat down, but she just wants to note down who has actually disturbed her, enjoying her first bus ride. It was an elderly man who had honestly been concerned for her that she may be injured and she would fall down. But she was annoyed by his attention. Why did he disturb her? She was enjoying. Now sitting, she is not able to see outside. So she is very, very annoyed at the disturbance of this elderly man. There is nobody who is a child. What did she say in a commanding way? Whom are you calling a child? I am not a child. I am a grown-up girl, she said haughtily in a very proud manner. I have paid my 30 paisa like anyone else. And how can you say anything to me? I have given the fare also. So please mind your own business. The conductor chimed in. Chimed in means suddenly he spoke up. Oh, sir, but this is a very grown up madam. Now the conductor is explaining to this man that don't worry, she is a grown up madam. Do you think a mere girl could pay her own fare and travel to the city all alone? No. So this is all sarcastic. He's actually commenting at her that she's a grown up girl. She's not a small kid. And that how can a small girl give her own fare and travel to the city? So she is a grown-up girl. Valli shot an angry glance at the conductor. She gave an angry look at the conductor and said, "I'm not a madam. Don't call me madam. Please remember that. And you have not yet given me my ticket." Because she has already asked everybody that what is to be done, the money is to be given, and then you are given a ticket in return. But where is my ticket? You have not given my ticket. I know everything about it. I'm well informed. "I'll remember," the conductor said, mimicking her tone. Everyone laughed, and gradually Valli too joined in the laughter. Finally, she could not become very pretentious for a long time, and she also started laughing. Then, otherwise, she would not be even able to enjoy the bus ride. Then the conductor punched a ticket. Now you would have seen that there's a punching machine, and the punch is done and the ticket is given, and handed it to her. "Just sit back and make yourself comfortable. So have a nice bus ride. Why should you stand when you have paid for a seat?" And what is again a very funny remark, "Why are you standing? You have given the money, so sit down on the seat." "Because I want to," she answered, standing up again. "But if you stand on the seat, you may fall and hurt yourself when the bus makes a sharp turn or hits a bump. You can fall down whenever the bus will make a very sharp turn or there is a bump. We will understand a little elevated area on the road. That's why we want you to sit down. So there is a reason behind that we are stopping you from standing, that you may fall down at these two places. Because this is your first ride, maybe you are not aware about this. I'm not a child, I tell you." Again, as soon as the conductor said child, she was again irritated. "I'm not a child, I tell you," she said irritably. "I'm 8 years old." Of course, of course. How stupid of me. 8 years, my. That means you are really a grown-up girl. The bus stopped. Now you can understand how funny the conversation is, and the girl's pretentiousness is creating all the fun. The bus stopped, some new passengers got on, and the conductor got busy for the time. So as soon as you know that some passengers get into the bus, then the conductor becomes busy giving the tickets and taking the money. Afraid of losing her seat, Valli finally sat down. And whenever passengers get in, we are always securing our seat so that nobody comes and disturbs us. So an elderly woman came and sat beside her. "Are you all alone, dear?" she asked Valli as the bus started again. Now there is an elderly woman who got inside and she came near Valli. The question was that, "Are you all alone so that I can sit beside you?" And what is the reply here? Valli found the woman absolutely repulsive. That means she completely disliked the woman. Such big holes she had in her ear lobes. Very big holes are there in her ear lobes. Ear lobes means the part of the ear where we wear the earpiece or earrings, etc. And such ugly earrings in them. She disliked the earlobes also because of big holes, and the earrings also. And she could smell the betel nut the woman was chewing. So the woman was chewing the betel nut, so there was a smell that was coming in, and she disliked this smell. And see the betel juice that was threatening to spill over her lips at any time. And suppose somebody is chewing the betel, and the juice is coming out and it is about to drop from her mouth. How repulsive and how disliking it could be. So Valli actually did not like this lady at all. She did not want that this lady should sit beside her. Oh, you can see this repulsive exclamation. Who could be sociable with such a person? She would not like her to sit beside her at all. Yes, I am traveling alone, she answered curtly. Curtly means very quickly and in a dispassionate way. And I have got a ticket also. Yes, I am traveling alone and I have a ticket. But don't disturb me. Yes, she's on her way to town, said the conductor with a 30 paisa ticket. Even the conductor again interrupted and said, yes, madam is going to the town and she has given me the fare also, that is 30 paisa. Oh, why don't you mind your own business? Said Valli. When the conductor is again and again interrupting, Valli suggested that you just mind your own business and don't disturb me. But she laughed all the same, and the conductor laughed too. But till now, she had become all right with the conductor, and she is also laughing as well as the conductor is also laughing. Okay, I think this is enough for today. I hope that you would be able to understand the chapter, go through the chapter, read it nicely, and then we are going to move on.